Hey, what is up, guys? This is Big Dynamic Gamer here, coming back with a review for season 2 of CW's The Flash. I've been looking forward to this all last year. I've been looking forward to this all all year. I cannot. I'm actually very sad that the show this season's over already. But nevertheless, it ended on a high note. I'm looking forward to season 3. I cannot wait to see where they take the story and everything, especially with everything that happened this season. Now, the season started off a couple of months after the season 1 finale, after the wormhole that almost destroyed the planet opens up. Barry closes it, and then you find out after that event, you see the consequences of what happened, and you see that like all the people they lost, you find out who else died during another main character died during that event, but you find out that due to those deaths, he hasn't really come to grips with that yet. He finds himself guilty and blaming himself for the deaths of those people, and he doesn't really feel like the hero anymore. He says that the hero was Eddie, and he was the one who actually stopped Reverse Flash, and that it wasn't, that he doesn't deserve to be called a hero. Barry doesn't feel like he deserves to be a hero, so he gets back into the action when a metahuman attacks when he attacks the ceremony, and you find out that it wasn't just a random attack, that he was sent by this guy named Zoom. So those who are familiar with the comics know that Zoom and Reverse Flash, they're technically the same person, different names for the same person. But I thought it was a little weird too at first, but it was really cool how they handled it. And I was actually a little concerned at first too. I was worried oh, he's gonna be fighting another speedster. It's gonna be the same thing from last season, but it's really not, because you see the Reverse Flash last season. He really was more doing damage from the inside and hiding in plain sight kind of thing. Within the first 5-6 episodes, you find out that Zoom is here and he means business. He's just here to just destroy, and he wants to become the fastest speedster on any Earth. You see, Zoom is from Earth too, so those who are also familiar with the comics also know that this show was handling the multiverse, which I thought was really cool. I'm not very familiar with the Flash character, so I thought it was really cool, the whole idea of different Earths, and there was different Flashes. So you see that with a new villain, they bring Jay Garrick, classic Golden Age Flash. Jay Garrick comes in, and he plays the Harrison Wells kind of role, where he's mentoring Barry and how to use his speed, and he actually teaches him a couple of tips and tricks. Barry learns a new ability, which was pretty cool. Jay teaches him this new power that he can do with channeling lightning and things like that. It's really cool, and that leads into how the relationship grows together, because you find out that Jay lost his speed in an attack against Zoom. So he's kind of Jay's trying to help Barry become the Flash that he never had the chance to be. So you kind of see how their relationship grows through that kind of thing, and so it's really cool to see how that dynamic works between the two Flashes from other worlds, but so over the whole season, the special effects have gotten a lot better, except for the very first episode with Atom Smasher. When he's growing, he looks like a giant mold of Play-Doh, which I thought was hilarious. But nevertheless, when Barry's running, it looks a lot more clearer, and it's really cool how they made the camera angle so it looks like he's running faster. They just handled that very well, and a lot of the superpowers and all of the different abilities that are on screen, they look a lot better than they did last season. Especially Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd looks awesome, and King Shark, that was just really good CGI. Not hats off to them, to the production team and all that. But I thought it was really cool to see how all these other characters that I've never even heard of, how they're able to put them on the show, and how it contributes to the plot and all that. And it was really cool, all the other characters that they introduced, and the way of introducing the same character again, because you find out that on other Earths, the same people live on other Earths. So for example, there's an Earth 2 version of Barry, of Wells, of Cisco, of basically the whole crew. So it was really cool to see how they're different from their Earth 1 parts that you know from season 1. It was really cool how they handled that story. And one thing that One thing that stayed consistent was the acting. The acting was really good. Like I said, the special effects, the action felt a lot more intense, and the heart too came back. It was really good. There was a lot of emotional parts that they they sometimes it wasn't as emotional as the first season, but it was still like I believe that the first season was more about the emotional aspect of the Flash's life, how he gets these powers and he realizes that he can do the same things that the Man in Yellow did, that had the ability, that the Man in Yellow had super speed, and he was like, oh, I can do these same things. It's kind of weird how I can do the same thing that the man who killed my mother did. So it's kind of like he deals with that emotionally in the first season, and I think in this season is more of like the physical aspect of how, or I'm not physical, my bad, of the mental aspect where he's like he doesn't feel like the hero anymore, and that the fact that like he's growing stronger, but doesn't matter how strong he grows, there's going to be someone that's going to be there that's going to be better than him, and that he practically has to compete to be the fastest man alive, almost in a literal term. But it's really cool to see how it takes a toll on him and the things that happen throughout the season and how he deals with it. And they handled a lot of aspects from the comics, which I thought was really cool. Because I tried to like learn a little bit about the Flash, and I listened a little bit of storylines and things like that. So they really explained the Speed Force a little bit more. So it was really cool to see how all this comes to terms. Now, one problem I do have is the Iris character. I believe she is like I was okay. I liked her in season 1, but I feel like in season 2 she's just grown to be completely useless and not contribute to the plot in any way. I believe like she's become kind of to me like the Laurel of the Flash, where Laurel to me she's just like there just to be there or whatever, just to have another character, and she doesn't really contribute much. So I mean, yeah, Iris kind of bothered me. But one thing that did come out of like the whole West family thing was that Wally West shows up by the winter finale. Wally West shows up, and I get so excited every time I see him on screen, because I'm just like, when are you gonna get your speed and become Kid Flash already and help him out? And you kind of see how like their relationship, Barry and Wally, becomes rocky at first, because you see Wally's like jealous that Barry he's practically like the only son that Joe had, and then now that Joe finds out he has an actual son that's like related to him biologically, that he kind of feels like Barry is like the favorite. So he tries to, he gives Barry a hard time, but it's really cool. You see how their relationship kind of grows over time. So I can't wait to see what they do if they go the Kid Flash route, which I don't see how they can't. But it'd be really cool to see. I'm excited for that. And I don't know what else to say, really. I mean, everything else was really good. The season finale was really good. It wasn't as great as last season, but I mean, I don't know. It was a pretty high bar that they set. So, but it was still good nonetheless. I can't wait to see, like, with the way that it ended, how they're gonna handle the story as it progresses forward. So, this is a pretty short review. This show was just getting better. I hope that it progresses. I hope it doesn't turn out like Arrow. I'm getting very bored of Arrow very quickly, but I'm still dragging on watching it. Sorry guys before I go, I want to apologize for my lack of uploads. My gold membership expired for Xbox, so that allows me to not do anything. Practically, I can't live stream or even compose montages anymore. So, just for now, I expect a couple of reviews. I'll be working on a review for Legends of Tomorrow. I forgot to get that out, and yeah. If you guys want me to do, I also saw Captain America: Civil War. After like a day after it came out, and I was trying to get a review for that, but I've been so busy too. So if you guys want me to do a review on that, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you guys want me to review Civil War, I also saw Batman vs Superman. So whichever one you want me to review first, just leave a comment down below. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye!